underneath you, which will give you a subtle lift of your chest. You want to make sure if you're using the blocks that the first block isn't so low down that it's sticking into the bottom of the ribs. So it should support your shoulder blades, but it's not supporting your neck. And then the second block is supporting your head, which should feel like it's relaxing for your neck. So if it's too high or too low, now a few of you may be fine dropping your block behind your head lower so that the front of your throat is opening up more. As long as it doesn't feel like that's really tensing the back of your neck, it might be nice to just have a little more space here for the front of the throat. Arms out wide, but not so wide that you're turning on your shoulders, just perhaps a little lower than where your armpits would be. And then for your lower back, either come into constructive rest, which is a little easier on the lower back, or the opposite, come into soles of the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana, so we're going right into a slightly deeper back bend and a hip opener. Now you may notice a subtle rolling forward of the front of your shoulders. That can be for a lot of different reasons. So just slightly roll your shoulders back, but this is a resting pose, so I don't want you to feel like you have to work too hard. Just notice that the front of your shoulders can draw back or roll forward, and encourage them to lift up a little bit, creating some space between your hips and your armpits, and roll back. Now you've got this great feedback of the sensation of the blocks underneath the back of your ribs and shoulder blades. So as you inhale, look for subtle movement between the block and your rib cage. When you exhale, keep your lips sealed and make an sound, a humming sound. This automatically gives your nervous system the signal that it's time to relax. So I want you to do that 6 to 8 times, about a 4-count inhale, and then a humming breath with your lips sealed for about 6 to 8 counts. I'm not going to do it because I want you to really listen to your own sound. Now, as you're finishing your last final rounds of that humming breath, notice, especially if you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, if your ankles or your feet are holding on to tension, or even your hips. See if you can allow all the tension to drop for your next few breaths. Great. Bring your hands to your heart, interlace your fingers, and then reach your clasped hands to the sky. Make your arms as straight as you can, and let your shoulder blades pull away from the block. Pull back on your fingers, stretching the wrists and the fingers. And reach your arms straight back behind you with this clasp. Lengthen your spine. Deep breath in, full breath out. Exhale, keep the clasp, bring your arms forward, lift off of the first block. So the second block is supporting you. Then pulse 8, 7, 6, good, 5. Now those of you who have neck strain on ab work, hopefully this block underneath your shoulders is lifting you up high enough that you're not feeling a strain in your neck. So when I say to you to come up off of shoulder blades when we're doing ab work, that's why I'm telling you that. Because if you get up high enough, you don't have to contend with the weight of your own head. Now come back down, grab the block behind your head, come up enough to grab the block behind your back, and then lie right back down. Take both of your blocks, flat setting, underneath your hips. Restorative bridge posture. So now we're getting some hip extension here. Now, if you make the blocks higher, you'll get a little bit more hip extension. So let's say you've been sitting a lot lately. You might want to lift your hips and take the blocks up one more level, which will give you more opening at the front of your hips. Relax your arms. And then reach your arms overhead, palms facing up. You can slightly cactus. Oops. You can slightly cactus your arms if you need that. And then press your feet down into the floor, lift your toes up. Press your feet down, the balls of your feet, but lift your toes up for a few breaths. Keep your neck still, move your chin away from your chest, just stretching the soles of the feet, activating the soles of the feet. Put only your big toes down, keep your other 4 toes up. Ooh. Lift all toes up, put only your pinky toes down, keep all other 4 toes up, I know. And then put all of your toes down, rest. Now those of you who want a softer practice this morning, I want you to just simply rest in restorative bridge pose. Trust that even these softer poses and holding them is going to give you a nice reset. If you want a little more work, inhale, lift your hips up off of the block. And now you're in more active bridge position. Move your chin away from your chest. Keep breathing. Notice if you're rolling to the outer foot or the inner foot. Sometimes you'll notice tension in the knees, and that's sometimes related to the shape of your bones. So put your butt down if you're noticing tension in the knees, and do a slight turn out of your feet. Don't tell anybody I said you could do that. And then lift your hips up again and see if it feels better. Move your chin away from your chest. Keep reaching through your thighs. Good. Put your butt back down. Draw your right knee into your chest. Just keep the support of the blocks. This will actually make it a little easier. Roll your right ankle out in terms of when we go into lengthening the hamstrings. Good. And go the other way. And now take your right leg to the sky and slowly flex and point your right foot. Flex and point, opening up the calf, the front of the ankle, and the hamstring. Two more. Hold your foot flex, spread your toes, relax your shoulders. Now, anytime in today's practice, if you feel tension arising, you could always go back to that humming breath through your sealed lips. And your body will probably respond by letting go somewhere. Take one more breath here. Put your right foot down. Draw your left knee in. Circle your left ankle slowly as you spread your toes. Good work, everyone. We're starting with a bent knee, just for ankle circles, and then go the other way. Fabulous. Bring your leg up to the sky, moving the ankle joint. Flex and point. Flex and point. Hold the flexed foot. Spread your toes. Deep breaths. Let your leg get heavy towards your face without pulling it. Good. One more breath in and out. Release your left foot down. Inhale, press your feet into the earth, lift up, move your blocks out of your way. You're going to send both of your knees over to the left for an easy twist. Press the back of your right shoulder down, turn your head to the left, tuck your chin slightly down towards your left shoulder to get a stretch to the right side of your neck. So remember, one of the areas of the superficial front line of the body is the side of the neck, the sternocleidomastoid, which connects your jaw essentially to your collarbone. Deep breath in, full breath out. Turn onto your left side, and you're either going to come all the way down resting on your forearm, which will be a little more relaxing, or you'll prop yourself up on your forearm, which will be an opportunity to practice what I've been teaching a lot lately, which is to take, in this case, your left shoulder blade and slide it down, engaging the shoulder blade away from your spine. So it starts, if you can reach around and feel it, it'll feel flatter. If you don't engage it, it sticks out a little bit. So that gives us some core work, some shoulder work. Take your right arm up, palm is up, and you reach your right arm as far back as you can, starting to come into a little bit of a back bend to stretch your shoulder. And this might be what you want to work on right now, lifting out of the arm, or you can lift your right leg up, find your foot, and take a thigh stretch in this position. Move your hip as far back as you can. And then we're going to come right back down, come up through center, so your fingers are facing your butt. Press your hands down, roll your shoulders back, bend your elbows, and then squeeze your elbows in. So it's an isometric, essentially, tricep work. It's like we're doing a dip without dipping. Bend and squeeze. Roll your collarbones and see if you can find your sitting bones roll forward. So now you're back into like a seated cow idea, right? A seated back bend. And then if you want more work, you can lift the hips up, which is going to just load your arms. Keep your elbows bent, though, and in to keep the triceps toned. Good. Good. Put your butt down. Walk your feet a little bit forward, palms forward. Tuck your chin, roll all the way back down. Fancy yoga. Keep your knees bent. Slide your hips to the left and drop your knees to the right for an easy twist. Press the back of your left shoulder down. Turn your head to the right and slightly tuck your chin down. Good, Penny. Deep breath in, full breath out. Good, Stephanie. Turn to your right side body, rest on your own right arm, or prop yourself up. And give yourself a couple breaths to really experiment with this idea, because you're reaching your right shoulder blade down away from your spine, but you're also lifting your chest up. So your body's kind of doing two things at the same time. So this is for shoulder and core. And then to open the top shoulder, reach your palm up, move your arm back. That's shoulder extension. Right? If you want to add hip extension or a thigh stretch, then take the bottom of your left foot, use your hand, or if you can't hold your foot, just move your leg back. That's it, Noreen. Lift, and then notice how your body wants to sink down. Good, Stevie. And lift up and out. Lift up and out. Good. Come back through center. Again, press yourself up to a seat. Hands facing. If you need to turn your hands out, if that feels better on your wrist, that's an option. Also, a couple weeks ago, we did everything on the fists. That's also an option. So you've got options here. Bend your elbows, squeeze them in, press your inner hands down, move your chest up so you're in a seated back bend. If you want to work a little more strongly, you'll lift your hips up. If you want the half variation of full reverse plank, you'll come down, you'll take your right leg forward, you'll point your toes forward, hold here with the butt down, or lift your butt up, reach forward. Elbows slightly bent. They want to lock out. Good. Come all the way down. Slide your right foot in. Stay in seated, good, Julie. Stay in seated cow pose, or lift your hips for modified reverse tabletop, or another variation of modified reverse tabletop. Left foot down, you point the toes forward. Keep your hips down, or lift your hips up. Keep the elbows slightly bent. Good. Everything comes down. Slide your left leg forward if it's not already. Reach your right arm up. Take your right elbow to the inside of your right knee. Walk your left hand behind you. Lift your chest up. Exhale. Turn. Look over your left shoulder, and then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Get into the side of your neck again. Chin towards your chest to come out. Right leg long, left leg in, open twist. Bring your right hand behind you. Move it as far as you can. Left elbow to the inside. Lengthen your spine. Turn, look over your back shoulder, and then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Deep breaths. Good, Shoshana. Nice, Stephanie. That's it, Barbette. Good, Shelley. Nice, Paula. That's it, Marcia. Remember, you can always hum your breath to drop a little deeper. Inhale, lift up out of the pose. Both knees bend. Just reach forward. Let your body respond. Undo the twist. An easy forward fold. In fact, in this position, do 3 rounds of the humming breath.